Good morning and welcome to the Institute of the Sacred Heart's commencement exercises for the graduating class of 2022. I would like to ask all those present to join our graduates and please rise for the opening invocation given by our very own chaplain, Don Nicola Materi.
Nel nome del Padre, del Figlio e dello Spirito Santo. Il Signore sia con voi. Carissimi, con solennità e gioia celebriamo una tappa splendida della vostra vita. Celebrare quello che viviamo ci immette in una potenza splendida, che è quella dello Spirito Santo, che stamattina si visualizza con questo vento fresco, stupendo, infavolare le sciarpe, le vesti, e ci dice qualcosa. Vediamolo come un segno bello che apre le porte, apre i confini, d'accordo? Apre l'orizzonte. Allora la mia evocazione, per ora ancora in italiano, poi guardiamo, mi fornirò di qualche supporto, studierò da voi la perfetta pronuncia. Per ora invochiamo insieme lo Spirito Santo affidandoci alla Madonna che continua a guidarvi nella vostra vita. Dona a noi, Signore, il tuo Santo Spirito Paraclito, spirito di sapienza e di intelligenza, spirito di consiglio e di fortezza, spirito di scienza e di pietà, e riempici dello spirito del tuo santo timore per Cristo nostro Signore. Amen. Ave Maria. Il Signore è con te. Tu sei benedetta fra le donne e benedetto è il frutto del tuo seno, Gesù. Santa Maria, Madre di Dio, prega per noi peccatori, adesso e nell'ora della nostra morte. Amen. Maria, Madre della Chiesa, prega per noi. San Giuseppe, prega per noi. Santa Maddalena Sofia Barà, nostra patrona, prega per noi.
And now I would like to invite our principal, Mother Mary, to say a few parting words to our graduating seniors.
Good morning and welcome. Parents, teachers, even the Presidente della Commissione, Professor Nicola Ferrara, ha voluto essere qui con voi oggi. Graduates, children of the Sacred Heart. Now is the moment for you to part, to leave these walls where you've been, some of you for 19 years, and to begin. I wanted to share with you an image from the Gospel that I think speaks well of you, to give you a motto for your lives from this moment on. Duc in autum, prendi largo, go out into the deep. I will read first to you this passage from the Gospel of Luke. After Jesus preached to the crowd from Peter's boat, the Gospel continues. And when he had ceased speaking, he said to Simon Peter, "Put out into the deep,
and let down your nets for a catch." And Simon answered, "Master, we have toiled all night and took nothing. But at your word, I will let down the nets." And when they had done this, they enclosed a great haul of fish. And as their nets were breaking, they beckoned to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and filled both the boats, so that they began to sink.
And when Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' knees and said, "Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord." For he was astonished, and all that were with him at the catch of the fish which they had taken. And so also were James and John, sons of Zebedee, who were partners with Simon. And Jesus said to Simon,
Do not be afraid. Henceforth you will be catching men. And when they had brought their boats to land, they left everything and followed him.
These words strike me as something that are perfect for you. Duken autum, to go out into the deep. Now is the moment in which each of you, in your own little boat, goes out on your own. I encourage you, as we send you out, that you always be marked, as you are today, with the seal of the heart of Jesus. As very often I say, when you don't have your uniforms on, you don't have a heart. You need to always have, physically, spiritually, this heart on your heart. That you might be, for your future, which you will now build, persons of integrity and of generosity. That you have a heart to be kind and attentive to others, to not forget the poor and those in need. That when you fall, you pick yourself up. But from this gospel that you see, this idea to go out into the deep. Sometimes the future is uncertain, is a challenge, is scary. But realize that here, at Jesus' word, go out into the deep, duc in autum, he says that to Simon Peter, to one person. None of you can decide, can be responsible for anyone other than yourselves. There is this singular responsibility that is irreplaceable. However, once they're out in the boat, once they've gone out, then he says, gettate, throw down the nets, plural.
Even though the decision is always personal, realize that you are never alone. You have friends, you have families, you have the mothers here who will continue
to have you in their hearts as all of the children of the Sacred Heart. It is your future to build, but you are not alone. Be courageous to go out into the waters. Courageous also because, as Simon Peter said, let's remember, Jesus was a carpenter, and Peter knew how to fish. So this preacher who comes and says, oh, it's the middle of the day, just throw your nets down, maybe we'll find a fish. Peter knew what he was doing. He knew his job, and he was good at it. It was a bad day. But he trusted in the word of Jesus. He didn't say, oh, perfect day, perfect fishing day, I know the spot. He said, Lord, okay, at your word, I will do it. Because you told me, I will act. And they caught so many fish that Simon Peter and his colleagues had to call James and John. Oh, bring your boats. We don't have enough room for all of the fish that we caught. Duc in auto. Go out into the deep. Now is the moment for you to act, to build.
to understand that you have your future. You will always be quella classe. But at the same time, it has been a joy
and an honor to see how you have grown, personally, humanly, academically, as a group, as friends, as people who help one another. So please remember these words and realize that in your little boat, in your little ship as you depart, you have good company. You have friends, you have Jesus, whose word will guide you as you depart and go forward. Duc in alto. Thank you.
Thank you, Mother Mary, for your inspirational words. And without further ado, I would like to present the salutatorian of the class of 2022, Elisa Fazzuoli.
Good morning, students, teachers, parents, and mothers. I would like to thank you, all of you, for being here this morning. You have all had a profound impact on the development of the students that will be graduating today. And I'm sure that I will speak on behalf of the whole graduating class of 2022. In thanking you for all your efforts that you have invested in us to this day. First of all, I would like to address my fellow students and congratulate each of them for being able to complete this educational journey, even though it has not been easy because of the pandemic that forced us to stay home for a year and to follow the lessons in distance learning. We managed to make the most of it and to come out improved and matured. What we are celebrating today, I'm sure, will be only the first of many other successes that we will achieve in the future. You have been great travel companions who, through the numerous discussions, have managed to bring each one's point of view and opinion. These challenging arguments made us ready to listen to thoughts different from ours in our minds, and in other cases to repel our principles. But in the end, it's thanks to this that we got closer. You have lived wonderful moments that I will never forget. I would also like to thank the parents and all the families who have been by our side throughout these years, who have supported and tolerated us, especially in the last weeks before the exam. You have shown us all of your love that has made us who we are today. Last but not least, a special thanks is necessary for the teachers, who together with the mothers have accompanied us not only for the 5 years of high school, but for some of us, like me, this kindergarten. They've been our guides and examples. They've led us on the right path and have managed to control us when we didn't know how to do it ourselves. We will always carry with us every single moment we have experienced in this school, every scolding and every encouragement you have given us. I conclude this speech by wishing all my classmates to achieve all your desires because you deserve it, to always believe in you and your abilities, and to have a life full of happiness, joy, and love, of which you can be proud. You are the best classmates I could ever ask for. Thank you, guys. And congratulations again to everyone. Good luck for this future.
Thank you, Elisa, for your beautiful words. And now will our graduates please rise and remain standing. Mother Mary, as the representative of the religious of the Sacred Heart, faculty, family, and friends, I present to you and invite the class of 2022, having met the requirements prescribed for graduation, to come forward and receive their diplomas. Upon the approval and with the authority of the religious of the Sacred Heart of Florence and the Collegio dei Docenti of the Institute of the Sacred Heart, we confer upon each of you the high school diploma with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You all may be seated. Gregorio Maria Bacci. Filippo Bagnoli, who could not be with us here today. Niccolo Campadelli. Federico Capani. Ferdinando Codenunziante. Antonio Di Gaudio. Ivan Fanfani. Elisa Fazzuoli. Valentina Fazzuoli. Olivio Ferraro. Allegra Leoni. Allegra Giardina Mantelassi. Tommaso Matrigali. Gregorio Antonio Mineschetti. Mahamalaj Philip Rohashan Errol Pereira. Manuela Ranieri. Ginevra Ruffili. Liz Wong. And last but not least, Filippo Zanchetta. Will the class of 2022 please rise? And now, as a symbolic gesture of your commencement, I invite you to move your tassels from the right side to the left side, as you are officially the Institute of the Sacred Heart's graduated class of 2022. I would now like to offer the podium to our valedictorian, Valentina Fazzuoli, who will deliver her farewell address.
Good morning, parents, friends, teachers, Madri, and of course, my dearest classmates. I'm honored to be standing here representing the graduating class of 2022. On behalf of the graduates, I'd like to thank you once again for joining us on this occasion. I'd like to start off by saying congratulations to us all. We did it. All of our hard work has been rewarded. Today is a turning point in each of our lives. It's the end of a chapter and the beginning of another one, full of joy, hope, and new adventures. At the end of this journey, we can reflect and pick out the parts that meant the most to us. For some, that may be the very last moment in our classroom, singing all together, celebrating the end of high school and the beginning of our exams. Or maybe it can be the moment we introduced ourselves on our way to France for our first trip together. We were so young then, so excited, but also scared by the next 5 years that seemed like an eternity. And instead, here we are, remembering these little moments that seem to have happened only yesterday. We faced several difficulties that seemed insurmountable, that made us think of giving up, but together we managed to face them. Thanks also to all of you who are here today. These 5 years have been long and challenging, first of all due to high school itself, that can be really tough, and second of all because of the pandemic that worsened the situation. But despite all the difficulties, I can say I'm glad to have undertaken this journey with you. I will never forget the little moments and the experiences we did together that made our class what it is, but especially that made us grow and become who we are now. I think I can say on behalf of everyone, of my classmates, that this last year has really made a difference. We are finally mature, or at least we hope so, and we got very close to one to another. Among the memories I will always keep with me, there will be absolutely the 100 giorni before the exam, that cost us 3 days of fever and a good scolding of our teachers for having reckless. The trip we made to Bologna, speaking of which I'd like to thank Professor Innocenti and Professoressa Conesson for accepting to accompany such a restless and cheerful class. And last but not least, I want to bring back to memory the very last moment we spent together, the dinner with the teachers, full of laughter and joy, where we were finally able to make them admit that even though we were a difficult class to manage, we got into their hearts. And with this last image that pictures us as the family we really are, I would like to compliment us all for our achievements and to thank everyone here that supported us during these high school years and will always be there for us during the next chapter of our lives. Thank you, class of 2022 and Istituto del Sacro Cuore, for making these 5 years unforgettable.
Thank you, Valentina, for that wonderful send-off. Please rise for the final benediction of our chaplain, Don Nicola.
Che bello sentire tante volte ripetere i ragazzi del Sacro Cuore. Guardate, non intendiamolo sui ragazzi della scuola del Sacro Cuore, i ragazzi del Sacro Cuore, le madri del Sacro Cuore, le famiglie del Sacro Cuore. Di chi? Di Gesù. È un'appartenenza che ci riguarda tutti, ci mancherebbe come battezzati, ma che è doppiamente donata di grazia a ciascuno di voi e a ciascuno di noi. Anche a me che sono un pochino come si chiamava Peppiniello, quello dei vocatori. Io nella barca sono in un angolino e guardo e dico insieme a questa benedizione 2 cose molto belle. Oh, that class, no? Diceva giustamente. Allora pensiamolo, come Pietro, alla grande. Pietro, nel Vangelo di Luca, che meravigliosamente Madre Mary ci ha regalato, è l'unico che non gliene interessava niente delle parole del Signore. Perché si dice che quel giorno era andata male la pesca, lui gli giravano particolarmente e mentre la folla faceva ressa per ascoltare la parola di Dio, solo lui era in disparte e sciacquava le sue reti e Gesù vide le barche addirittura, cioè quel problema tirate in secca, dietro quelle barche c'era Pietro con gli altri ragazzi e il Signore va proprio da lui. E le parole che dona non direttamente a lui, agli altri, ma dalla sua barca, lo fa con la vostra vita, meravigliosamente. Allora, quel duc in altum, eccola lì. Lei, da 200 anni, o forse di più, continua la sua pesca meravigliosa che ha portato qui, se ne parlava prima con alcuni genitori, la bellezza di queste madri. Ora io faccio l'italianata, un applauso per le nostre madri meravigliose, perché guardate che la fondatrice Maddalena Sofia Barat non è americana, è francese. 2 ragazze nell'Ottocento si fanno coraggio, lei e la sua amica, si parte, si va in America, da sole, come donne, con la nave. Ciò che, nella grazia ovviamente di Signore, è quello che hanno trovato la loro vocazione, che le chiamava a quello, ecco i frutti, giovanissimi, che continuano per l'appunto proprio in quel punto degli States, dove loro arrivarono molti secoli fa. Continua una pesca miracolosa che attraverso il loro cuore si riversa. In voi ne potete essere certi, di essere nel cuore di mamme giovani e molto concrete, bellissime. Allora, da tutto questo, carissimi, scenda una benedizione bella su di voi, che sia proprio il vento che vi fa prendere il largo. Per questo, come figli, ci rivolgiamo al Padre. Padre nostro, che sei nei cieli, sia santificato il tuo nome, venga il tuo regno, sia fatta la tua volontà, come in cielo e così in terra. Dacci oggi il nostro pane quotidiano e rimetti a noi i nostri debiti, come anche noi li rimettiamo ai nostri debitori, e non abbandonarci alla tentazione, ma liberaci dal male. Amen. Preghiamo. Signore Padre Santo, Dio Onnipotente ed Eterno, manda dal cielo il tuo santo angelo che visiti, protegga, illumini, custodisca e governi questi ragazzi, i loro sogni, le loro famiglie, i loro amici e tutti quelli che incontreranno nel viaggio della loro vita. Dà salute, pace e prosperità e custodisci tutti nel tuo amore. A te onore e gloria per tutti i secoli dei secoli. Amen. La benedizione di Dio Onnipotente, Padre, Figlio e Spirito Santo discenda su tutti voi vostri cari e con voi rimanga sempre. La gioia del Signore sia la nostra forza. Proseguiamo in pace, non senza altri momenti riservati a questa esultanza che ora sta per esplodere.
Thank you, Don Nicola. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your beautiful prayer. And thank you all for coming and supporting these wonderful young people at this very important moment of their lives. Class of 2022, I look forward to seeing you change the world one heart and one soul at a time. Godspeed for your futures. Congratulations.
Excuse me, volevo solo dire un grande grazie di cuore ai genitori che nonostante tutto avete affidato a noi queste anime. Grazie anche a Don Nicola che ha aiutato in questa collaborazione di portare le anime più vicino a Dio, che alla fine questo è quello che vale nella vita. La santità coincide anche sempre con la felicità, per cui auguriamo ad ognuno di voi una vita di pienezza. Amen.